So I hadn't covered this story until now, but Tomi Lahren and Cardi B did get into a little feud on Twitter. Now, this started with Cardi B making a video. She just posted something, I think, to Twitter or I think it was to her Instagram story about the government shutdown. And she was talking about how the government workers are going to work and they're not being paid. And then Tomi Lahren decided to respond. Now, Tomi went on to Fox News to address this and to respond. So I'm going to show you guys that, and I'm going to come back and talk about everything that went down.
Trump is now ordering, as in summoning, federal government workers to go back to work without getting paid. Like, our country is in a hellhole right now, all for a wall.
All right, that is rapper Cardi B not holding back on her thoughts on the government shutdown. Then came a huge fight on Twitter between Cardi B, screen left, and on the right, our next guest, Tomi Lahren. Tomi joins us right now from the West Coast. Tomi, what happened?
Well, to put it pretty simply, I saw that video that she had posted, and,
Right.
I implied that maybe Cardi B isn't the person we should be taking our political advice from. And it took her a few days, but she responded, and instead of arguing about the merits of her political argument, she said
Right,
that she
okay.
was going to dog walk me. And, viewers can look up on Urban Dictionary what dog walking someone means, but to put it simply, it's to severely beat somebody up. So we
Okay.
go from a political disagreement to I want to hurt you.
So Cardi B said the dog walking stuff after you tweeted this at her. You said, looks like I Am Cardi B is the latest genius political mind to endorse the Democrats. Ha, keep it up, guys. MAGA 2020. Well, you would imagine something like that would get a response from Cardi B, and she mentioned the dog walking thing. But then, out of nowhere, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez came out, and she agreed with Cardi B. She wrote, "Why do people think that they can mess with Bronx women without getting roasted? They act as though our borough hasn't been perfecting the clapback game since the Sugar Hill gang y'all just found it on Twitter." All right, were you surprised to see that?
Well, I'm not surprised at anything that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says, but again, I'm also impressed the way that the left does the mental gymnastics to justify it. Listen, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on an almost daily basis says that Trump supporters and President Trump himself incite violence, and then she goes and applauds and encourages a tweet by a rapper who threatens physical violence against me. So again, this is the double standard at play, and it's not just rappers, it's not just trolls on Twitter. These are elected representatives who are endorsing and saying the same thing. So, it's really puzzling and troubling.
So you're saying that because she essentially came back and defended Cardi B, who had said the stuff about the dog walking regarding you, that is something that there's a double standard for, and you would like AOC to do what then?
Well, again, I don't really want her to do anything. I just want to
she'll
point
do
it out.
something.
Listen, Cardi B can have a political opinion. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez can have a political opinion. We know we're not going to stop her from doing that. I just like to point out the left's hypocrisy, because can you imagine if I would threaten to dog walk Cardi B or anyone else for that
Right.
matter as a conservative, as a Trump supporter? I would never get away with that, but they're able to do it, and the left applauds it. Now, again, if you look through my final thoughts I did the other day on Fox Nation, or you just look at my Twitter, you can see that there are leftists with verified accounts who are not only laughing at the fact of me being dog walked, they're tweeting out memes showing me in a leash and a collar with Cardi B walking me. And beyond that, they are actually saying, yeah, she would hurt you, she would beat you up. I wish we could start a GoFundMe page so we could watch your teeth get knocked out. These aren't just internet trolls. These are people with verified blue check marks on Twitter. Double standard all day long.
All right. Meanwhile,
Okay, so I'm actually going to have a lot more nuanced of a take than you probably expected. So, first of all, the attack slash dig that Tomi took at Cardi B was not only dumb, but it was also ironic. So, basically what it was is she basically said, oh, like, I'm glad that we're looking to the political genius Cardi B, basically saying, oh, you're just a rapper, a dummy, a little idiot who can't talk, when Tomi Lahren is the one playing that role for the right wing. So she's the one who does that on the right. That's her. And what Cardi B had stated was actually correct. She is right that that all government workers are being asked to go to work without getting paid, and the ridiculousness of that. And I never actually heard a rebuttal of any sort from Tomi Lahren. Like, where was the rebuttal? All it was just personal attacks of like, oh, you're dummy, So I guess in a sense that Cardi B's response is somewhat warranted, but I have to say I wasn't really a fan of that. Now, I don't think she actually wanted to beat her up, but I just felt like you could have taken her down even better than that. And I don't know. I feel like, and watching everyone sort of like pile that on is like some sort of like a. And by the way, I found it really funny that she was like actually like saying that whole how the scenario of her getting dog walked would be. It's weird because she like clearly thought about that. It's just really funny to me. But anyways, not really a fan of that. But Cardi was spot on about what she was saying. She was right that there are almost 1 million people who are government workers who aren't being paid. And that's a horrible thing because people working and not getting their paychecks is absolutely unacceptable. And it just is horrible for the people. And what Trump was doing is he was just, he was holding the government workers' paychecks hostage to build his wall. Now, there's also something else I have to throw in there too, is that Cardi ended up responding to, I think, some rando on Twitter, and he said that, she said that I probably am paying for your insurance because I'm paying $4 million in taxes. So Tomi Lahren then responded to that tweet saying, oh, well, you do know that the Democrats are the party of of high taxes or something like that. And I was like, dude, she's not complaining about paying $4 million in taxes. The person was saying, oh, can you pay for my insurance or something like that as some sort of a gotcha. And she's like, yo, dog, I probably am paying for your insurance. I'm about to pay $4 million in taxes this year. So she wasn't, complaining about that. She was just saying, I probably am paying for your insurance. And Cardi B is somebody who, pulled herself up by her bootstraps, and she's really progressive. She supported Bernie Sanders in 2016, and she also endorsed Cynthia Nixon over Andrew Cuomo. Remember, Nicki Minaj supported Andrew Cuomo, so Nicki Minaj, no respect there. I already didn't like her music. But anyways, so Cardi's a legit progressive. So I fucks with Cardi for sure. Not really big on her music at all, really, but politics-wise, like, she's pretty legit in terms of being legitimate politics-wise, 100%. And here's the final thing the final point I want to make to you is Tomi Lahren's deepest aspiration is not to be really anything politics-wise. She cares about clout. She is what you call a clout chaser. So she'll do anything for clout, everything about clout. It really has nothing to do with politics. It's just the route to getting known and having that clout is through politics. And that's something that politics is a lane that a lot of people use who don't care about politics, but they have goals in mind. Those goals are usually a combination of certain things, those being cash and employment and steady employment and clout. Those two things. Think of Dave Rubin. Remember, Dave Rubin was a failed comedian. He tried going the comedian route. It wasn't connecting. And so he figured, I can use TYT in politics to get my name out there, and I can do a politics show. And his show was really pedestrian because it was just an interview show. So people use politics to get to that position. A lot of people do that. Dave Rubin, Tomi Lahren, etc., right? And that's what she's doing. So another example of that was, I believe her response to, if you've heard the song Drug Dealers Anonymous by Pusha T and Jay-Z, very good song, by the way, I recommend you listen to it. And Jay-Z goes after her in that song. I think her response to that was like, oh, well, I'm just happy that they talked about me in a song or something like that. So she's clout chasing. That's what she's doing. She's clout chasing. So it's not really about the politics here anyways. Like, that's not really the main concern. You know what I'm saying? Mostly it's about getting the clout. And so she's happy to have Cardi B, sniping at her. She's happy about that. And that's kind of her lane, is to grow the clout. That is her goal, growing clout. So basically, Cardi is right, substantively speaking. She's pretty damn good at articulating it too. And Tomi Lahren takes a personal shot, gets a personal shot back. Although I'm not really a big fan of Cardi's response, to be honest, even though other people are for some reason. And yeah, man, Tomi is a joke. No one should take her seriously. And like I said, she's a clout chaser. She loves that Cardi B is sniping at her. She loves that Jay-Z made a song about her. I don't remember if Wale did or not, too, but I think he did or something like that. And she responded. She absolutely adores that, dude. That is her means to her end. Her means is politics, and her end is just being someone with name recognition and being someone like a celebrity. That's what she's doing. She's the Dave Rubin type, you know what I'm saying? Except I think she actually believes in certain policy positions, whereas Dave Rubin doesn't.